Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu wa sallam wa baraka nabina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and good morning Instagram fam, friends and followers of as-Saafiy, and welcome to another episode of Revert Reflections. And today we continue our discussion of how parents should be viewed and treated in Islam, or how our relationship with our parents should be according to Islamic teachings. Yesterday, and this is important, before I continue, I just want to emphasize that last point. Should be according to Islamic teachings means if we're committed to being Muslims in the complete sense, in the comprehensive sense, not in some aspects of our daily lives, in some aspects of our theology and beliefs, some aspects of our spirituality, some aspects of our ritual worship. But no, we want to be Muslim in the complete and comprehensive sense. Every aspect of our lives, every aspect of our worship, every aspect of our spirituality and our theology is Muslim. It's Islamic. Then this topic should be important to us. We should consider it very pertinent and something that we should pay attention to and try to understand and then embody. So yesterday we spoke about our obligation to honor, respect, and obey our parents, even when we disagree with their point of view. We talked about that. But that assertion needs to be qualified, especially if we have non-Muslim parents, or we have parents who follow an unorthodox interpretation or understanding of Islam. So we could have Muslim parents, but they follow an unorthodox, or we could even go so far as to say a deviant interpretation or understanding of Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, we mentioned this ayah yesterday, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَإِن جَاهَدَكَ عَلَىٰ أَن تُشْرِكَ بِي مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٌ فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا وَصَاحِبُهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيَا مَعْرُوفًا. He says, but if they strive with you to associate others with me, they invite you, they encourage you to commit shirk, and they ask you to associate with me that which you have no knowledge of, then obey them not. They ask you to do something which amounts to disobedience to Allah. Not just any form of disobedience, but the greatest form of disobedience. You're not allowed to obey them in that case. Although Allah has emphasized in other places in the Quran, and the Prophet has emphasized in the Sunnah, that we have to obey our parents. Allah is qualifying that and saying, yeah, obey them as long as they don't ask you to do something haram. But behave with them kindly. Even though you're going to disagree with them, you're going to disobey them, you still have to be respectful and kind and honor them while you disagree with them. In the hadith collected by Bukhari from Ibn Umar, the Prophet ﷺ said, عَلَّ عَبْدِي السَّمْعُ وَالطَّاعَةُ فِيمَا أَحَبَّ وَكَرِهَ مَا لَمْ يُؤْمَرْ بِمَعْصِيَةِ اللَّهِ فَإِنْ أُمِرَ بِمَعْصِيَةِ اللَّهِ فَلَا سَمْعَ وَلَا طَاعَةَ. He said, hearing and obeying are required of the Muslim in that which he likes and that which he dislikes, provided that he has not been commanded to commit a sin, in which case there is neither hearing nor obedience. If he's ordered to commit a sin by his parents, who he's supposed to honor, respect, and obey, he's not allowed to obey them. So the verse in the hadith that we just quoted, they clarify two things. So they make two things clear. We should extract from them two main points. Number one, when our parents order us or ask us to do something that violates the teachings of Islam, we cannot comply with their wishes. We can't comply with their wishes and then justify. Somebody says, hey, what are you doing? Somebody takes us to task. Say, hey, what are you doing? You can't do that. And we say, yeah, under normal circumstances, I wouldn't do it, but my mom asked me to, or my dad asked me to. And our religion orders us to obey and honor our parents, respect our parents. And so I'm doing this haram thing out of respect and honor and obedience to my parents. We can't justify is violating the teachings of our religion with an attempt or our desire to obey and honor them as Allah has requested. We can't do that. The religion is telling us that. And this is important. Why? Because we get in these situations, particularly with non-Muslim parents or parents who follow some form of unorthodoxy. We get into a situation where they ask us to do things or to participate in things that they do, which are un-Islamic, which are haram. For example, certain holidays. Non-Muslim parents want you to come and participate in Christmas. They want you to buy gifts for them. They want to give you gifts. They're going to have a feast and all the people are going to come to the house. All the family members are going to come and they're going to sit around the Christmas tree and they're going to do a gift exchange. They want you to participate in that. And many Muslims who were formerly non-Muslims and their parents remain non-Muslims, they do that. They go for Thanksgiving. They participate in Easter egg hunts. And they bring their kids to participate in Easter egg hunts. They go out and trick or treat for Halloween out of respect for their parents. We just can't do that. Similarly, our sisters, they're in situations where they go home to visit their family and the family gives them a hard time about al-hijab, gives them a hard time about dressing modestly. They may even want to go out shopping somewhere or go out to eat somewhere. And they'll tell her, hey, you can't go out with us like that. You got to take that off. And they'll comply with that. They'll actually remove the hijab because they want to appease. They want to placate. They want to capitulate to their parents. Another example, relationships. They may want you to marry a non-Muslim. They may insist on you marrying a non-Muslim. And they may become angry with you. They may even sever ties with you, threaten to sever ties with you if you don't marry a non-Muslim, if you don't date a non-Muslim. What's wrong with dating, getting to know someone? Why do you have to just marry someone? Why do you have these arranged marriages in your religion? Okay, what about so-and-so from high school? You guys were such a good match, such a good couple. He's still interested in you or she's still interested in you, and so on and so forth. They're pushing and pushing, and some of us will just go along because we want to honor and respect our parents. We just can't do that. Food is another example. You go out for dinner and they, or you visit them in their home and they're making pork products. And they insist, you used to eat it, but you were younger, you used to eat it before you follow that weird religion you follow, and you should eat it now. What's wrong with it? Is it our food's not good enough? Our food's not clean, right? And some people feel pressured to give in, they cave in. They don't want to have this type of exchange with their parents. They don't want to have this tension between them and their parents. And so they cave. We just can't do that. Another example, adornment. How come you don't wear, a mother says to her son, how come you don't wear that gold chain I bought you? How come you don't wear that gold ring I bought you? He doesn't wear it because men are not allowed to wear gold. But when he tells her that, she gets upset. She gets angry. And so the next time he comes, he's wearing the gold chain and the gold ring to appease his mother. These are things that we just can't do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا. Don't obey them. If they ask you to do something haram. And the Prophet said, فَلَا سَمْعَ وَلَا طَاعَ. If they ask you, فَإِنْ أُمِرَ بِمَعْصِيَةِ اللَّهِ فَلَا سَمْعَ وَلَا طَاعَ. If you're asked to do something which amounts to disobeying Allah, amounts to a sin, you just can't do it. And so that brings us to the next point that the verse and the hadith are teaching us. And that is that when we disagree with our parents, when we are forced to be non-compliant, refuse to comply with their wishes, we must do so respectfully. We have to try to find that balance between not complying but still being respectful, respectfully disagreeing. And I'm not saying it's an easy thing, but it's the Islamic thing. And not everything that Allah asks us to do is easy, but we still have to do it. That's what it means to be Muslim and to do the Muslim thing. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in one of the verses again that we quoted yesterday, He said, وَلَا تَنْحَرْهُمَا وَقُلْ لَهُمَا قَوْلًا كَرِيمًا. He says, do not chase them away. Do not behave rudely toward them. Rather, address them respectfully. So I'm going to have to refuse to comply. I'm forced to be non-compliant. But I'm going to respect you. Mom, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I can't come tonight. I can't come tonight for the Christmas dinner. I can't do the gift exchange, but I'll be there tomorrow. It's just my religion. Please understand. We have to be respectful. That's how we have to do it. We have to find that middle ground. Unfortunately, what many Muslims do, they go to one of the two extremes. Either disrespectful rebellion and total disregard for our parents' wishes and their feelings. Meaning they're asking us to do something which is not haram, but it's my life. I can do whatever I want to do. You can't tell me what to do. Look how we're talking to them. Look at the things we're saying to them, and look at what they're asking us to do, something which we can do it. Our religion doesn't prohibit us from doing it, but we're still not compliant. We're still disrespectful and rebellious. That's wrong. That's one extreme. The other extreme, complete compliance and blind obedience, even when that entails disobeying Allah. Neither way is right. We have to find the middle ground. We have to comply with our religion and understand that our religion governs and teaches us how to worship Allah even through our relationships. One of those relationships being the relationship towards our parents, or the relationship with our parents, tells us honor them, respect them, obey them, except when they order you to do something which amounts to disobedience to Allah, in which case you can't obey them, but you still have to respect them and give them the honor that they are due. And with that, brothers and sisters, we bring today's session to a close. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as always, to bless your houses, to bless your spouses, to bless your children, to bless your source of livelihood and income, to bless you and make you blessed wherever you may be. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to shower you with his blessings and to surround you with his protection. هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.